Hello, hello, it's Barb Reed, the Wexford Stamper, coming to you from South Carolina. Hope everyone is doing well. I see Mary and Ann, and what's your new dog's name? I forgot. Give it to me, Mary. What's the new dog's name? I need to know. As you're coming in, please check in and say hello and where you're watching from. That would be wonderful. Hope everybody's having a great hump day. All is well here in South Carolina. It's been a nice, warm Leo. That's right. Hey, Joanne. It's been a very warm South Carolina summer, but we are enjoying it immensely. Yes, I got it now, Mary. I will never forget. Never forget. All right. Well, we have got some fun projects for this evening, and I'm excited to show them to you, but I had a little bit of housekeeping, if we want to call it that, to share and just give you an update on some things that I've just put on my shop. Okay, if you saw some of my earlier, let me move these guys over. If you saw some of my earlier posts, I was able to work on some more of my pouches, and I finished up several of the little retro telephone pouches, and I also made some of these mermaid pouches. I really love those. So cute. Now, if you remember, the pouches are craft supply pouches. So they come with a pack of Stampin' Dimensionals, a Tombow liquid glue, and a mini glue dots. All those plus the pouch, $20. So if you're interested in one of those, I have figured out how to link the pictures to my shop. So if you click on the pictures that I just posted of these two, you should be linked right to the shop where you can see all the other ones as well. Now, if you are interested in just getting the pouch, those are $10. Okay, so either way, you got enough of your own craft supplies and you don't need them, you can certainly get the pouch by itself, whatever you like. All right, so I just wanted to share those with you, and I had this posted earlier on my Facebook group, and this gives all the details. Hey, Renee, thanks for joining. Oops, that's not the one I meant. I meant this one. This is the handmade tool pouch, $20 plus shipping and handling, which seems to be, depending on where you go, in the $8 to $10 range. Okay, the pouches are 7.5 by 5.5 inches with a 2.5-inch base, lots of room, and they have all those different adhesives in them. So you can always check back to my shop on my Facebook business page to see what's there. You can click on the view shop page, or you can click on any of the pictures that I post and they'll take you, hopefully, right to the shop. I'm just learning as I go along here, so sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I know that's shocking. All right, I also have a kit that I just launched a few days ago, and it is the All About Autumn kit. And just as my other kit, it's $25. Here, I can show you right here. I have it right here. I launched it on, I guess that's Monday. The days are running together a bit. And this is the box you'll receive. And this has all your materials in to make your cards. And these are the cards. I just want to quickly show you. You'll have enough to make 12 cards with envelopes. If you want a more detailed unboxing, you can go to my unboxing video. Oh yes, Sharpies will fit in them. Okay, yes, Gigi Bean, I will touch base with you after the Facebook Live and we'll figure out. We certainly can meet locally here if we're close by. Thanks. This is the one that uses some of the photographic paper. Just love these. You'll be able to make 2 of each of those. And then here's some photographic paper. This one has like a wood grain. This one is like a sweater. And you can make 2 of those each. And then of course this one here. I was just in love with the beautiful photographic paper. This is just a pretty fall scene. You'll have enough to make 4 of those. So 12 cards altogether plus envelopes, and that is $25 plus $8 shipping and handling. All right, so that is my housekeeping for today. That's more housekeeping than I did all day, if you get my drift there. Not much of a housekeeper here. When it comes to crafting, I can housekeep, but otherwise I can't. All right, well, let's go ahead and get back to our project for today. Today is the last back to school post for my series. Last week we did a teacher one. Tonight we're gonna do some quick treats for the kids. If you want something quick to put together for the kids before they go back, I know living here in South Carolina, the kids have been back a couple weeks already. They start earlier, but these are some really quick and cute little projects you can put together for your kids, your grandkids, the kids that ride your van, whatever you need them for. All right. And as you know, every time that I do a Facebook Live, I have a downloadable PDF just like this one on my blog. So you can go to my blog following this, this Facebook Live, and you can download any of these things. All right, and I'm looking for my blog and I cannot find where I put it. Okay, never mind. So my blog is, here it is, www.thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com. So if you go to there, you can find this post shortly after I finish up here. You can see all the information, all the dimensions, and download a PDF if you like. All right, that's enough talking for tonight. All right, let's go ahead and chat about our projects for tonight. Okay, our first one we're going to work on here is one that I have a lot of people asking me, you know, how can I make a little snack bag of cookies or snack bag of some kind of munchies or chips? How can I make that look fancy? Okay, so I thought of some ideas and I want to share my favorite one here. Okay, so this is the box I came up with. It says hello friend on the front. This would be great to give to a bus driver, to a teacher, to if you were feeling very industrious, you can make one for all the kids. And it has a little tab here and you pull it out and there is your bag of goodies. So it's a real quick little box and it comes together very nicely. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this one first. I will be using for both of my projects here the in color 6x6 paper, the most recent in colors, and it comes in a great stack and it has a few pieces of all the different new in colors. And the one I'm going to be using here is called Wild Wheat. So this is a piece of wild wheat cardstock, but I'm also going to be using the Wild Wheat designer series paper in just a few minutes here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We have our piece of Wild Wheat cardstock here. This is cut at 6 by 11. Okay, I'm going to bring up my trimmer, which I like to use for scoring as well. And when I do score, instead of using the little scoring blade down here that you can, I really like to use my bone folder, but it's really up to you, whatever you like to use. All right, let's do our scoring. We're going to go on the long side first. This is the 11-inch side, so I'm going to have to put my arm out here. All right, our first score line is going to be 4 1/4. So let's go out to 4 1/4. And I'm going to go right down the little channel there at 4 1/4. Then I'm going to slide to 5 1/4. Somebody's at our door. And then we're going to move to 9 1/2 and 10 1/2. Thanks, Joe. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and turn to the short side, and I'm going to score at 1 inch. All right, that's all for this. Remember, all these details, all the dimensions, all the score lines will be on my blog when we're finished. All right, let's go ahead and fold on all these score lines. Nobody's been coming by all day. And I start a Facebook Live, and of course somebody comes. That's just by my luck. But Joe came to my rescue, and he is out there dealing with that person. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder, and I'm just scoring and creasing all those score lines. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and grab my snips. Okay, not too much to cut here. I'm going to turn it again. We're going to look at it on the landscape side, and I'm going to cut up the first vertical score line and cut that little tiny rectangle off at the bottom. You'll notice that I wedged it a little bit so that when we put it together, we won't have any overlap that will show when I put the box together. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up all 3 of the other vertical score lines just to the first horizontal score line. So now I've released my tabs here, and then these are going to layer together to make the bottom of the box. So I'm just going to go ahead and wedge off a little bit of that tab, just so when things come together at the bottom here, there isn't any overlap that makes the box hard to put together. That is all. That is all the scoring and cutting that we need to do for this one. All right, before we go ahead and put it together, hey Rhonda. I know, no kidding, Mary. He does come in useful sometimes, huh? All right, now we're going to turn it over to the other side, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our designer series paper on before we put the box together. All right, so let me check my measurements here. This piece of designer series paper, which is from the In Color stack, is 4 by 4 3/4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue. And let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the bottom, keeping it nice and light. We don't need a lot of glue. This stuff glues great. And I love it because if it's not quite in the right spot right away, it gives you a little time to move it around a bit. Oh, hi, Dawn. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, we don't care if you're late. We're just glad you came. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and assemble the box. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put glue on that nice 1/2 inch panel there. Okay, then I'm going to turn my box back over, and then I'm going to fold in here. Hi, Bonnie. Welcome. And I'm just going to fold over the other side. So you're going to fold in the one side and fold over the other, and it's just the right size that it's going to go right over that glued section and make a nice squared box, just like that. So nice. All right, now I have it standing on its head, and I'm going to go ahead and fold in my small tabs, fold in my back tab, my back flap, and then put a little glue on there and then fold over my front flap. Okay, I'm going to turn it back over. I'm going to take my bone folder and push down a little bit in there. right. So there we quickly put together this cute little box. Okay. Now, the last thing you're going to need to do before you can go ahead and put your little bag of cookies in there, I like to make a little tab to help pull out the little bag. So what I did is I cut a piece of the same in color designer series paper, except in a different design, and it is cut at 1.5 by 3, and then I'm going to fold it in half. Okay. Then, oh Bonnie, it doesn't matter. Phone calls are important too. So we're glad you made it. Remember, there's always the replay if you miss any of it. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my little pull tab I made, put it right there on the edge of my bag of cookies, and then I'm going to take a stapler and I'm just going to put in one staple. So I have that tab stapled right to the bag. Remember, you can use any of the small bags of snacks and this would work perfectly. And then it just slides right into the box and then you can pull it right out like that. Isn't that cool? All right, now let's finish decorating the front. All right, I then took a piece of the same wild wheat not DSP cardstock, measuring 1 inch by 4 inch, and I'm going to put that across the front. When I have a big space of designer series paper, sometimes I like to put a panel of the solid cardstock across there just to break it up a little bit. So I'm going to do that. I put it at about 1/3 of the way up, just like that. All right. And there we go. That's 1 inch by 4 inches. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. I have 2 circles here that I cut out with my layering circles. And let me grab my ruler here. The larger is 2 3/8 inch circle, and the smaller is 2-inch circle. All right. But you can use whatever you have. You don't have to use a circle, but that's just what I had on hand. Remember, you can always dig and see what you guys have. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And let me show you what I'm going to use for this one. This is current. This is in the new catalog annual. It is called Biggest Wish. And this is a great one if you like to have large sentiments. This is a great one to have. It has them in the great block letters up here, and it has it in the nice cursive font down here. So it just covers lots of good spaces. All right, so let's go ahead and grab my block. I'm going to go ahead and stick friend on there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab my stamp pad that I need. I'm going to be using the wild wheat. And for this one, I'm actually going to stamp off, so it's a little lighter. If you look here, I stamped the friend, I stamped off once, and then the hello was full strength. So it gives it a little bit of contrast there. Those are both the same color, but just the friend is stamped off. So what I mean when I say stamped off, if you don't know, I go ahead and I ink up my friend stamp. Then I go ahead and I stamp on my paper here on the side, and then I go right to my circle and stamp again. And then it has a little lighter. Okay, so that's what stamping off is. And now I'm going to change my stamp to the hello. You can see that right through there. That's what's great about these photopolymer. You see right through the stamp. All right, and that's going to go right up on top of the hello, on top of the friend. You know, I didn't do a real great job there on the friend. You see that? It's kind of light there. I'm going to try again. What do you say, guys? I'm going to go ahead and do the hello first on top and do a better job on my friend on the bottom. All right, do it again. You guys cross your fingers for me here. Okay, all right. when we stamp off, we're going to ink up our friend stamp. We're going to stamp it off onto the paper, and then we're going to go right to our circle. Let's see how, yes, yes, that looks so much better. Thank you for letting me do that. And thank you for all those crossing of fingers. I could feel it through the interwebs. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and take my circle, and this is the duddy side on the back, and I'm going to turn it back over and put it on my wild wheat circle, just like that. Isn't that neat? I just love that. Very modern looking. And let's see, I need me some dimensionals. Here we go. We'll put 3 dimensionals on the back here. Thank you, Mary. Very simple, come together really simple. These are some that you could cut a bunch and kind of do a assembly line if you need a bunch of these. All right, let's bring that over here. Put that on our box. And there we go. So you could really do these for any occasion. And if you go to the grocery store, buy a box of the little, 100-calorie bags or whatever, they would fit right in this box. And this would be something you could do for any occasion. Valentine's Day, little Christmas cookies, whatever you find in the store. It's amazing what they got in there these days. So this is a great option. Let's even I want to share with you now an even easier option, if you can believe it, this one. Okay, this last one is for a Rice Krispie treat. And who doesn't love Rice Krispie treats? I love them. Everybody loves them. Now this is for the standard size ones. I know there's some minis you can get and everything, but this is a standard size Rice Krispie treat. Okay, so to make this is really, really easy. I'm going to go ahead, let me show you the one I made here first. Okay, this one I made using the boho blue of the Designer Series paper in color stack. Okay, but now this one I'm going to make with the Moody Mauve. This is another one from this stack. Love it, so pretty. It's nice, just a nice one to have around because it will match perfectly when you use it with your cardstock. All right, well this piece here is cut at 3.5 by 6. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use tearing tape, and many of you know what tearing tape is, but those of you that don't, this is available in my online store. This is a 2-sided tape, and it's dry adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a strip of the tearing tape at each end of the back side of my paper. Okay, remember this is cut at, let me see, 3.5 by 6. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and use my pick tool and get this paper off the backing here, because I really have not really great fingernails. All right, so that takes the backing off really, really easily. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your pack of Rice Krispie treats. Okay, you're gonna lay this down on the back, just like that. And then you're just gonna wrap it around till it comes back the other way. You're done! Isn't that easy? I know, I love my tearing tape. Tearing tape is great for this kind because you need something that's gonna really, really be strong. And if you use the liquid, you're gonna be sitting here for a long time waiting for it to dry. So this is something that is really great to use for this kind of a project, and also for your box projects if you prefer to use dry adhesive rather than liquid. All right, just a couple more things to do here for this. I'm gonna bring in a 2-inch circle in the Moody Mauve. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another stamp, And let me grab the stamp set that this one is from. Just got to go back in your stash and see what you have. And I thought this would be a cute one to put on. This is from my Forever Fern, to a friend that makes me smile. Perfect. Perfect to give that with. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Moody Mauve ink. And I'm going to ink up my sentiment. Stamp it right in the center. And there we have it. And this looks too big. Yes, this is too big of a circle. Hold on. That is 3. Let's see. 1 3/8. Is this the right one? I made that too large. I really should have made it 1 3/8 inches. There we go. I naturally go for my 2-inch circle punch, but I meant my 1 3/8. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this, and I'm gonna go ahead and just adhere that little sentiment on here with a couple of dimensionals. All right, and lastly, I am gonna grab some of my ribbon. And I'm going to use the same ribbon I used here for my boho blue one. And this is from the Sheer Ribbon Combo Pack. I'm going to use the blue on this one too, since the Rice Krispie Treat pack is blue. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut a piece of this off. And that's not enough. Got to give yourself a good bit here. There we go. And we're going to wrap it around here on the right-hand side. If you're not a big fan of tying ribbons and you've got to make bunches of these, just leave that off. You got your sentiment, you're good to go. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and tie my bow with the sheer ribbon, which always looks great. Love sheer ribbon. And then I'm going to grab my scissors and just cut off the ends a little bit. And there we have it. All right, let's bring in our finales right here. So these are the 2 projects for this evening. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope they inspired you to give them a try yourself. Remember, you can grab the PDF if you'd like on my blog following this Facebook Live. And just a reminder for those friends that have just kind of joined me before, I am still taking orders for the September card kit, and I was sharing with my friends here on Facebook some of the cards that are going to be the designs that are going to be available. And you'll be able to make 12 of each card. If you're interested, check on my blog and check on my YouTube channel. There is an unboxing video that you can watch. And I need to know if you're interested in the kit by August 22nd. So thanks so much for joining. Next week is a very exciting week. I am going to be starting Halloween. And you guys know how much I love Halloween. Hi, Mary Harshall. You know how much I love Halloween. So I am going to be doing 10 days of Halloween. And they're going to be going almost back to back. I'm going to take off Fridays. But next week, 7 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, I am going to have some great trick-or-treat ideas for you. So come back all next week at 7 o'clock and I will share some of my fun ideas I came up with. And I've got a new pack of the new suite with the skeletons, and you're gonna love it. So come on back next week. Oh, Mary, no way, Leo. He fell asleep on my Facebook Live. Boy, he must not be much of a crafter, Mary. But come on back next week, starting Monday. We're going to start doing some trick-or-treat stamping and crafting. So we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend and keep on stamping. Bye-bye now.